economy is changing, our customers are changing, technology is changing, and the changes just seem to keep coming, much like the waves outside the room here. It won't do us any good just to float along or swim along with those waves. We're going to have to ride them. Now, sometimes this is part of the speech. I look for a motivational story or an emotional example. But you know, I thought about that, and what I'd really like to do is just tell you a story. It's actually two stories about two members of our agency family because I think we can learn from them. These two agents embraced change. And through their personal tenacity and the hard work of their team, they're succeeding. You were all introduced to Bob Johnson, the president of Golden Eagle Moving Services in Upland, California on Monday. We presented him with the Gene Anderson United Excellence Award. Now, Bob's the kind of businessman who readily admits he was a critic of simplified pricing when it was first introduced. He was concerned about training, the prices set for services, and complications with the dentist. In his own words, he said, "I was very leery." But now, he's a believer. Now stuff just comes out of the air in here sometimes. Actually, if you come to the after-party dance band deal tonight, you might see Bob and Connie dancing behind a believer. And you know what? Bob has lots of company. Because under the new pricing system, costs that have been lost were already built in. There weren't any surprises. There weren't unhappy customers. And that alone made him appreciate the program. And the Golden Eagle team used Booker adjustments, which helped them compete for a move when they needed to lower the cost, but in most situations it provided them the opportunity to make a little bit more. They were part of that $18 million. And even more impressive is the business mix now at Golden Eagle. Bob began this transition with one trailer and one driver team. He didn't have to make the change all at once. Gradually, more drivers approached Bob about being part of his special products team. He gained business by offering new services to customers he already had. He approached companies that he did warehouse work for, and he added transportation. He built on what he had with really impressive results. Now, he said there's a learning curve, especially when it came to the new pricing, but there were resources at Unigroup to help him and his team learn. So today, Golden Eagle has transitioned from doing 90% household moves to nearly 50-50 split between household and special products. And Bob believes, really candidly, that diversification saved his business. He explains we had a lot of different things that we do. There are weeks now when we do household goods, and that business is slow, and so I'm moving a retail fixture or making delivery to a hotel. It's good to have that to fall back on, he said. Bob's willingness to change and his wisdom to do it at a pace that works for his business made all the difference for Golden Eagle. Another agent whose tenacity set a new course for his family business is Anthony Federico, Executive Vice President of Liberty Moving and Storage in Long Island. Anthony and his wife Oksana are here with us today. Now, Liberty Moving and Storage was founded in 1939 by Michael Federico, Anthony's grandfather. Anthony's father is now semi-retired as president, and Anthony's brother is the vice president of the commercial side of the business. Liberty had always been proud of its status as the top COD booker in the United system. A few years ago, though, Anthony recognized what many others did not, that the collapse of the housing market was imminent. In his words, he said, "I saw the writing on the wall." He pulled his management team into a room late in 2008 and told them they had to diversify and find other ways to do that business, convinced that residential household goods moves would not be enough to sustain him through the wave of change. So he started to change, as we all should, with himself, one single person. He attended the National Account Sales Boot Camp at the home office, and he described it as the best thing he's ever done in business. It was there that he realized that he had the support of the home office to help him reach out to new accounts. He said, "I just really needed to know the right people to call." So Gavin Bosco and Steve Akeley and a number of other folks pitched in, and they were there to help. He began selling national accounts himself, and he still does today. So in less than 4 years, Liberty went from no national account business to doing hundreds of moves for more than 10 major national accounts. One of the challenges, Anthony says, of earning this business was the way they had to improve quality. He said it wasn't easy. In fact, he told me, he said, we were on probation. Anthony explained to his managers that quality had become their top priority. And so together they made some very tough decisions. They eliminated workers who could not or would not improve their quality performance, including some high-volume drivers. They said goodbye to salespeople who booked a lot of business, but were giving very poor estimates. Anthony said these cuts were painful, but they were essential for the turnaround. In retrospect, he says quality as it cost. It paid. Because even though they lost some volume at the beginning, they gained a lot more business in the long run from national accounts and from other agents. Because agents now trust them to take good care of their customers. And they went from 50 origin jobs in 2007 to over 400 this year. So by planning ahead and taking advantage of new opportunities and learning new things, Liberty has controlled their own destiny and ridden that wave of change, even through difficult times. I was able to be on hand for the opening of their state-of-the-art 70,000-foot new warehouse. Anthony's been recognized in the Masters Club, and because of their willingness to change, agency business is as strong as ever. So this is an example of a family business that has gone through succession planning and is prepared to serve their families, their associates, their customers well, all the way into the next generation. Yesterday, I had a chance, like some of you did, to meet with and have breakfast with representatives of our next generation, the Future Leaders Breakfast. Over the past few years, we've had 85 agency representatives either participate in the Futures Group or attend training through the Next Generation program. So we recently checked, we did a look back at how these 85 individuals have fared, and we found 18 of them are already running their agency. We found 32 of them in very significant management roles. So over half of the group is already in charge or handling important agency responsibilities. And not only are these individuals the future leaders of our company, they're doing a great job of managing their agencies, because we found that 9 of the agencies represented have won Customer Choice Awards in recent years, and that every single one of the agencies has an award of some kind, of Fleet Safety, President's Club, Performance Excellence, because the future for these agencies is brighter, because they took the time and care to think about succession planning. The wave of change is passing the torch to the next generation of leaders, and it's really exciting to see across our agency family. The surfer of the century, as Duke was dubbed, appreciated the idea of success.